guys, today is Tuesday, June 4th. My name is Laura, owner of Back Porch Fiber Co. And today I'm gonna just bring you guys a little May wrap up for the dishcloth make along, show you guys some new products that I'm gonna be adding to the shop. I'll share the June dishcloth reveal. I did post that over on Instagram, but just in case you missed that or don't have Instagram, I will open and reveal here as well. I'll share with you guys the dishcloths that I've done this month and my plans for June's dishcloth as well, and share some acquisitions with you also. I have a prize winner picked out and a prize all picked out, so I'll share that at the very end. Thanks for joining me today. If you guys don't already, go grab a nice drink. It is gonna be like 100 degrees today here. I think actually over 100 where I'm at. I'm in Northern California, so we have scorching temperatures today. It just all of a sudden kind of said I am gonna be over 100, and that was that. Like, it's, I think in the next couple days it's supposed to like go back down to 70 or 80, so we just have this weird spike. But today it's hot, so you may hear our air conditioning running in the background, but it is an absolute must for today. So let's go ahead and get started, you guys. Okay, where should we start? I feel like, let's see. Let's go ahead and start with a finished object. Actually, several finished objects. Yeah, I have socks, dishcloths, and some alignment throw blanket progress. Let's get started. So today, it's a little bit awkward. I'm in my bedroom. I was gonna film out where I normally film, which is on our piano bench, and kids started coming home, but I had already I was ready to podcast. I'm like, if I don't do this now, I'm not quite sure when the next time I'm gonna get the opportunity to do so is. So I have two dogs in here with me. They will probably bark when my husband and son get home, but I'll just try to edit that out if it's loud or disruptive. So hang tight, but let's get this going and see how long we have. Okay, so I'm gonna start first with a half-finished, almost fully finished object here. So these are, I've talked about these before. These are the Candy Floss socks. And I don't even know what yarn this is. It might be a Hello Stella yarn. I am not too sure, but it is a pretty much a stockinette vanilla sock pattern, but then it has this fun detail. It's just a two stitch little cable. Like, you don't even need a cable needle with it, but so I say I'm almost done because I think last time I may have had this first sock done, and this time I was hopeful that I was going to get this done last night. I am on the toe. I've started the toe, but I just couldn't finish it last night. By the time I went to bed, I was like just tired and just needed to call it. So I will finish this a little bit later today. But how this works is there is a right sock and a left sock on this one, and so if you can see, like, the little cable detail is on the outside of your foot depending on if it's the right or the left sock. But I absolutely love this yarn. It's been really fun to work with, and the silly thing is about this, these have been on the needles for a really long time. It is one of those that kind of got set aside and then I never picked back up for no reason at all. Like, there was nothing that I disliked about the yarn or the pattern or anything. It was just something else caught my attention and off I went. So I wanted to show you guys too. So little side note, I was a vendor at the Fiber Frolic Fiber Festival in Vacaville, California, which is really close to where we live, actually. And so this was my first time vending anywhere ever, and let me tell you, it was an absolute blast. I had such a good time. My booth was busy the entire time. Every time I sat down to take a quick bite to eat when the booth was empty, about 30 seconds later somebody else came up, and so off I went. But it was so fun. The day went by so fast. It was from 10 to 4, so we got to set up between 7 and 10. It was just a one-day event, and from 7 to 10, that time flew by so quickly. Like people started arriving, and like it just didn't stop until 4 o'clock, like literally 4 o'clock. And so we when 4 o'clock rolled around, I thought it was maybe noon or so, because like we were just busy that whole time. So anyways, but where I'm going with this, one of the questions that I had asked quite a few times was, what's the difference between a progress keeper and a stitch marker? And if you're not an avid knitter, you may not know. Maybe you crochet, and stitch markers aren't necessarily something that I use when I crochet, and I would assume that others probably don't either. So this here is a progress keeper. Progress keepers generally can come off of your work, so it's something that I can place on the fabric of my work. Progress keepers can mark the right side or wrong side of your fabric. In this case here, I've marked where I put the heel. So I don't have to, my guess is when I did this sock, I didn't have anything to write down how many stitches I did for the leg before I started the heel. So I'll just put a stitch marker there, and then when I'm ready for the second sock, I can just count down. It's also very common for people to use the little bulb stitch marker progress keepers and mark every 10 or 20 rows and count that way. So that's another way that you could use a progress keeper, is to count your stitches, your rows. You could use a progress keeper as a stitch marker by putting it on your needles. So a stitch marker actually goes on your needles, and you slip it from one needle to the next when you come to it. So it doesn't wrap around your stitch at all. If that was the case, you wouldn't be able to get it off. But it actually just slides on your needles. And so a stitch marker you might use for a beginning of round. You may use it to indicate where there's a special stitch. You may use it on a sweater when you're increasing or decreasing. So that way, when you're knitting a sweater, you're gonna have to, knit across, do an increase, knit the sleeve, do an increase. And so you're not counting all the time. It's just very intuitive. You get to that stitch marker, you know what to do, and off you go. Let's see, I was gonna say, the other way that I use progress keepers, when I'm knitting a sweater or a blanket, sometimes it'll say knit 9 inches before you start the cuff or the hem or whatever, the ribbing for the cuff of your sweater or your arm or whatever, right? And so you can place a stitch marker where it says, knit 9 more stitches or knit 9 more inches or however many rows or that kind of thing. And so you keep track, you have like that starting point. That's another way that I use the progress keepers. But I do sell a lot of progress keepers and stitch markers in my shop. I do sell the bulb ones as well if you like the counting. I think Crazy Sock Lady is very known for that idea. So anyways, I just thought it was a great question, and since I had one on my socks here, I thought I would just go ahead and share that with you just in case you were wondering. So anyway, Candy Floss socks. I believe that it's a free pattern. I can link it below. Again, I'm so sorry I don't know what the yarn is, but it's beautiful. We'll just agree with that. Okay, that is project number 1 that I wanted to talk about. The next project over here, let me kind of go this way. Okay. So if you've been around here a while, you have definitely heard me talk about the alignment throw. This is a pattern by Margaret of Heidi and Lana. So my goal for this is 2 crosses a month. In April, I was only able to finish 1, but in May, I finished 3. Or equivalent to those crosses. And what I did with this is I actually added on another cross worths of stitches on each piece. So I did that I have 3 pieces here now complete. And so that is what I did this month for my alignment throw. So this one used to end right here, just like that. And I took out my bind off edge and added the rest of this cross plus a little bit more. So how this works is, again, if you've been around here, you've definitely heard me talk about it. So I'm very sorry if this is a repeat. I'm trying to find, okay, I think it was this one here. So the crosses like alternate like this. This is, I know that my apologies, this is hard. It's hard to hold up everything. But basically you have like a full cross and then you have like a partial one here. And it alternates like this. So this is like an edge piece, a middle piece. And so that was strip number 1. Strip number 2, I had finished, I finished right here. Right there. And so I added this here along with it. And then this one here, sometimes it's hard to figure out which is my bind off or cast on edge. So then this one here, it did end here, and I took off those bound off stitches and I added this here. Very, very happy that I did that. So I'm gonna stand up so I can show you the length of it. I know you won't see the whole thing on the floor, but you can see now like that it's, I don't know, maybe 5.5 feet tall now. I don't know if you saw that, but it was about 5.5 feet tall. And I just felt like for a blanket, it was a better length. So I'm really, really happy that I made that choice. It was one of those things that was a little bit daunting of a task, I guess, because you're not just picking up a project and knitting it. You have to take that bind off edge off, pick up your stitches, and then start again. So, but totally worth it. And after I did the first one, the motivation was definitely there to keep going. So I'm hoping to get my 2 crosses done for June, and I'll start another strip. I do also think that I'm going to do 2 more strips as well than what the pattern calls for. I think the pattern says maybe 5, and so I think I'm gonna do 7. Partly because I am making these just a smidge smaller, and I have talked about that several times, so I won't go into that, but I am making them just a smidge smaller, so putting the extra cross on top and the 2 extra panels on the side should be perfect. All right, that's that. And I'm using like all the contrast colors are Heidi and Lana yarn. I'm part of her Patreon, so I get her minis every month. So that's what I'm using on those. Okay, let's start, or one more, sorry, not start. Let's talk about dishcloths. So I will talk about dishcloths and then I'll open up the dishcloth box as well. So this here is my May crochet dishcloth. And Again, I'm doing, most of my patterns are coming from these Easy Crochet dishcloth and Easy Knit dishcloths. So this pattern here that I did was Morning Dew. It's on page 49. So I'm gonna cover up the pattern here just to be respectful. But yeah, so I kind of had a hard time crocheting this at first. But once I got going, the pattern was very, very intuitive, and it was easy to keep count. I think because I'm a newer crocheter, I still call myself a new crocheter, even though I've been crocheting for a very long time. Sometimes I'll lose track of my stitches, and I kind of, you start to decrease on the sides a little bit, but I did not find that with this one. I felt like it was very easy to keep track of the stitches, and I love how this turned out. I really, really like my color choice that I chose for this. It is, I don't have the skein with me, but it is a, I think it's a Friends, Hobby Friends cotton 8/4. Okay, so that one, the crochet dishcloth that I'm going to do for June, I picked that one out as well, and I'm going to do, I chose a 1-star pattern, which is meant to be an easier pattern. The one that I did before the Morning Dew was 2, and I just thought that maybe something a little bit simpler might be nice. So I'll let you know how that goes, but it is called Forest Floor. And it's a little bit hard to see oh no, not on this one. I was gonna say it's a little bit harder to see the pattern from the picture. There were a few that I was looking at, and that's why I mentioned that, where the pattern was hard to see because the dishcloth was folded and the way that the picture was taken, you could only see like the folded edges. But this one actually, I take that back. This one is easy to see. Yeah, so that's the crochet dishcloth that I'm going to do for June. I always love it when you guys make the same one as me, but there's definitely no obligation. So that's for that one there. And then I did not get to a dishcloth pattern from this book, from the knit one. So I'm gonna try again to do the waffle rib here. And that is on page 57. Yeah, the yarn that I am choosing to do, oh, okay, the yarn that I'm gonna do the Forest Floor, the crochet one, is this guy here. It's a Rainbow 8/4 hobby cotton yarn. It is color 64. It might be like raspberry, or I don't know. I cannot remember, but I'm gonna use that one. For the waffle rib, if I can get to it, I'm going to use this one. And you can see I started a pattern with this and it wasn't working out. And so this is Friends Cotton, right? Friends, yes, Friends Cotton in color 88. I just kind of wanted something to remind me of the ocean and cool weather. So would love a beach vacation. So I'm gonna do the waffle rib pattern for that one. Okay, I'm just collecting all the stuff back here. So while we're on the topic of dishcloths, let's go ahead and open up the June dishcloth subscription box. So there are still a couple in the shop. I have listed a couple for the 3-month subscription, which does give you a small discount, or if you only just want the June box, you can still get that as well. All right, keep that one there. Are you guys ready? I have, like I said, I've already done an Instagram video of this, so this is really just going to be me opening it up and showing you guys what's inside. Not doing the full unwrap because I did do that on Instagram. Okay, so Here is the card. And it shows the dishcloth, it shows what is included in this subscription box, and then it has the pattern on the back. And the only way that you can get the pattern is through the dishcloth subscription box. So that's another thing. Everything in this box, it will not go in my shop. These are box exclusive items for my shop. So this is the yarn that I chose. It is Friends Cotton 8-4. It's a fingering weight in the colorway number 36. I think it's like coral or something like that. And then I put in a set of needle stoppers and a set of stitch markers with a removable progress keeper as well. I hope this is showing up. I'll put a picture of it all in there too. And the thing that I absolutely love the most is a specially made dishcloth knitting bag. So again, you cannot buy these in my shop. I love this bag. It is so, so cute. So everything just goes inside, super cute. I chose to do this bag for June's because I thought it would just be fun to be able to use for the subsequent months. So look at, isn't that so adorable, you guys? I had the best time putting these bags together for you guys, for real. Like, it was so much fun. So, and I will say that on this card, there are 2 errors on here. So on the pattern. First one is, I didn't mention the needle size. So it's a US 2. I have emailed everybody and sent a new digital pattern out to everybody to fix these mistakes. And if you order one of these boxes, you'll get the digital version of it, as well as an updated pattern in your box as well. So, so that, and then there was a small error on a specific row as well. So if you bought one of my boxes and have not seen my email yet, definitely check your email, because I did send you an updated digital copy of the pattern. So in June, or in July's box, it will be similar but different. So I already have all the goodies that will go in that box. It will be a different pattern, different yarn, and different goodies, but it'll be in similar nature. So it will be the yarn, like everything will work together nicely. And I think that it'll be a great addition to your June box. We'll just say that. So yeah, so that's that. And let me show you the pattern. So this is the June dishcloth subscription box pattern. It's called Shabby My Chic. I love this pattern. It's a very like stretchy pattern, because there's a lot of seed stitching in here. But then you also have like some break in rows as well. So I loved knitting this pattern. I loved designing this pattern. It was a lot of fun. So I hope you guys like it as much as I do. All right, so that is it for dishcloth talk. Let me talk about some acquisitions, and then I will go into a few new products in the shop. And then I'll share with you guys our winner for the May dishcloth giveaway. For if you're not familiar with the giveaway, what it is over on Instagram and even the comments here in YouTube, I count towards a monthly drawing for the Back Porch Fiber Co. dishcloth make along, and it's hashtag BPFC dishcloth MAL for Instagram. And you should definitely follow that hashtag. Even if you don't want to participate in the make along, just follow it, because you get so inspired to see what everybody else is working on. It's really, really fun. I've been inspired by pattern ideas as well. So definitely recommend to follow that hashtag. And then if you want to enter, you don't have to finish. You don't have to knit a specific pattern or yarn or anything. You're just making dishcloths. Even half finished, newly started dishcloth entries are very welcome. Anytime that you use that hashtag, I will enter you into the drawing for that. And yeah, okay, we'll go there, and come back to the winner at the end. All right, acquisitions. I'm not going to take out the ball bands to see what these ones are called, but these are all Woolens and Nosh self-striping yarns. So I split a skein with my friend Annie from Knits and Burls, and you guys, she's doing an amazing D-stash right now. So if you want some yarn for not full price, she has an amazing deal. She's moving. Go check out, it's Knits and Burls D-stash is what it is on Instagram. So, but anyways, but then again, we still buy yarn together. So, so we picked out some colorways to share. So she got the full skeins and then broke them up into 50-gram skeins, and then we each got a 20-gram mini. So it just made it a little bit more affordable. Self-striping yarn can be pricey, and rightfully so. It is a labor of love. So I'm not, I support the pricing decisions for sure, but this is just how we can afford a little bit more. So there's that one there. And she's come out with a few different updates since we bought these. That one, and I think this one is called like Spring Garden or something, this one. And I think this one might be the one that I cast on first. But anyways, so I love working with her yarn. It is super like lush, and it almost feels like a sport weight, but it's not a sport weight, but it's very plush. So we're just collecting paraphernalia over here. So okay, so those are my acquisitions for last month, for May. I feel like I'm so far into June, I just want to keep saying June. I don't feel like it's a May wrap up. I feel like it's a June wrap up, and it's only June 4th. So, okay, couple things that I'm adding to my shop, and I think you'll probably even see more stitch markers and progress keepers that I made for the show, that I have some left over. But so there will be like a whole new update on stitch markers, progress keepers in my shop. But I wanted to go over a few things that are very brand new. So if you don't know, I sell stickers in my shop. They are vinyl waterproof stickers. And I have, let's see, these 3 here have been in my shop for a little while. This one says Knit Life. This one is a yarn shop, and it says Home Sweet Home. And then this one says today is a good day to sit and knit. But then I added 2 more. This event that I was vending at, it was more geared towards spinners and weavers. And so I did this vintage spinning wheel and a lamb, or sheep, lamb, yeah. So these guys are in my shop as well. Those stickers are new. And then, you guys, I decided to do tote bags. So I have this one here. It's time to unwind. Let's see. I have this one. Today is a good day to sit and knit. And this is not a new design, but I enlarged it to fit perfectly on the tote bags. Let's see. What's another one? Oh, you guys, I love this one. Look at these sheep. And look at this fun new logo. I've been having a lot of fun designing, so I love these sheep bags so much. I have the Home Sweet Home. Again, that's a yarn shop for reference. And the vintage spinning wheel. And I think that's it. Oh, nope, not it. And this one here that says Knit Life. And that's it. All right, so have those tote bags. They will be in the shop soon if they aren't already by the time you're watching this. And then I also upgraded these bags. So these are my, the original bags. They're an 8x10 size. I call them statement bags because they have a statement on there. It's like this is my scrunchy knitting bag, which is great for summertime. Has a little scrunchie on the back. But I decided to have a 10x12 option as well. So I also have this Knit Life in the aqua. So the 10x12 bags can come in any design that the 8x10 bags are on. So let me see here. So I do have some of the sheep bags, and if you ordered the sheep bags, you may get a different design of these. I have a couple different designs floating out there right now. So I'm sure I'll put all of those in my listing. This is a newer bag. It's not new, but it is a newer bag. Dishcloth knitting is my jam. And then I do have the Knit Life. That's a new addition. And let's see. Just trying to find the new ones for you guys. So these are side by side, the two different colors that I'm offering for the Knit Life bags. It just says to me like, let's go on vacation and knit together. I think that might be it. So as far as new bags. Let's see. So I'll show you what I mean by having different sheep on here. And I did it this way because I was just kind of experimenting and wanting to see which ones I liked the most. But like, yeah. And there's a couple different ones as well, but so I'll put all of them, kind of like I'll list all of them. So I have those coming to the shop, the stitch markers, progress keepers, and then something else that I designed that I am so excited about is a pattern tracker. It is a Post-it brand because I cannot stand cheap Post-it notes. So I did the Post-it note brand and had these printed. So what this is, and I know it's little, but it's because I wanted to pack as much information on here. So there's 50 sheets on here. When you guys are working on a pattern, if you're like me, your pattern will be written up like crazy. You're keeping track of rows, especially if you're doing a sock with a pattern on there. You have to mark the rows one time for one sock and then come back and mark it again for the second sock and try to keep track of where you're at. And by the end, your pattern is written on completely, and it just doesn't look nice anymore. And yes, you can reprint it, I know that, but sometimes it's nice to have the notes on there for the next time that you knit the pattern. So these are sticky notes that you can just pop right on your pattern and keep track of your rows for those repeats and whatnot. But there's 50 of them, you guys. It will probably last you a year or two, in my opinion, how I knit. So yes, so these will be in my shop as well, pattern trackers. And that leads me to the giveaway. So the giveaway winner will receive a pattern tracker because it's brand new. Like, I just feel like I need to put that in there. So pattern tracker, a small notions tin, some progress keepers. This is like a blue and pink kind of theme here, if you can tell. And some Friends Cotton 8-4, which is a fingering weight in the colorway 80. I do not know the name of this, but so this is everything that you will receive. And I'm going to put next to me here on the screen. Here, I am going to scoot over a smidge so that we can put it here. So with the random number generator, dun, 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 number 199, which is So Nitty Teresa. So Teresa, contact me. You can message me. I'm pretty sure that you are, yeah, you're on Instagram as well. So I'll shoot you a DM on Instagram straight from my account, so to let you know that you won. But let me know what address I can send your prize to. So excited that you won, Teresa, and you post so often about the dishcloth make along. As I was putting all the entries in for May, there were a couple names that just kept popping up, and man, they are killing it on the dishcloths. It literally just makes me so happy. Like, the more that you guys post and use that hashtag, the more entries. It's not a bother to me. I love it. I love seeing the multiple entries every month. So definitely keep at it, you guys. It's so fun to see what you guys are making. And please know, I see all the posts. At the end of the month, I go back and I like each one as I add it into my spreadsheet. So I just have a spreadsheet that I keep track of, and everybody has, like, every entry has a number. It's total old school, old fashioned, but I just want to make sure that I get all the entries all the ways, and that's just how I know how to do it. So if you comment on a YouTube, on this YouTube video, like, hey, I'm making dishcloths along with you, or tell me what you're working on, tell me your favorite yarn, tell me anything about dishcloths, I will add you in as well. I have had some people email me as well. Maybe they're just not on social media, or maybe they're not comfortable commenting. You can definitely send me an email. I love it when you guys include pictures as well. So I'll take an entry that way as well. And when I do the spreadsheet, it makes it easy for me to add in all those different ways that you guys can enter. If you guys share, like on your story and tag me, that'll also be another entry as well. I kind of put those in right away because those go away in 24 hours. So like I said, you guys, there's still a couple dishcloth boxes available. I have them listed. I have 2 listed for the 3-month subscription and 2 listed for the June only. So if one of those sell out, then I'll compensate. But I have basically I have 4 boxes left, however that is distributed. But I just want to make sure that you guys get what you want. If you want the 3-month, then we can do that. If you want just the single box, we can do that too. Okay, you guys, happy knitting. Thank you so much for all of your encouragement and support. This is an amazing ride. So fun to just create this business and keep learning. The show that I went to, it was like, it just gave me so much encouragement. So thank you so much. If you guys came out to that, then, you know, again, thank you. And you guys are all just so amazing. Happy knitting, happy dishcloth making, and we'll see you guys next time.